I don't know about you guys, but I'm always on it. And the predictions this year is bobs. Actually, I'm not gonna say that it's just bobs, but it is. It is individuality. There's a lot of stuff that's going on this year. That's going to be going on this year. I'm going to be doing a chin bob, showing you guys how I'm going to get there. So I sectioned my mannequin off, and I'm going to start on the sides. I know we usually start in the back area, but I've learned that sometimes I start in the back and then I can't get that balance the way I want it. Okay, so I'm going to start my line off first. And you want to always, let me tell you guys, you want to always marry the part line. If the part line is going at a, which this is going to be like an A-line bob, but I'm not doing a severe A-line. So I'm going right with the eyebrow, and then I'm going here and I'm going to go a little slanted. Just a little bit. Not like that. Just a little slant. Something like that. And this is not going to take too long, so I am going to make sure that I'm keeping going with the part line, and I want to make sure I have no tension by the ear, because the ear is where we kind of sometimes mess up on. So I'm going to make my initial cut right here. And that's my guide. I'm not going to cut anything more than that. And check it, and it should curve under. I always go back, I go forward and back, and that makes it bevel under. I learned that from a matrix artist. Okay, so I'm going to take the same parting, I was having some issues earlier with my iPhone. I was trying to do content and my storage is super full. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I tap that ear, because that's where we have that problem. Use my comb. I want to really not use too much tension in my hand. I just want to basically use that. It's going to bevel under. I need it to bevel under. Nice line here. I'm going to check it. And how we check the line is we go the opposite direction from where, like I'm going this horizontal direction. And how do I check it is I go the opposite direction to see if I am on key, which I should be. I'm gonna see a little bit of imbalance, but I see more balance, so go to my next section. And I'm taking inch or ½ inch parting so that I can see my guide. these bobs are going to be that thing this year. Whether you know it or not, this is the it factor. You know what I did? I did something wrong. I want to, so I'm going to pick up that other section again. Put that back over here. And I am going to marry that section with the first section. So two is going into one, and I'm gonna pull that out 45-degree angle so that the bob will have some type of movement. Some part forward, and then the next section I'm going to pick up the third section is going to be married into the second section. So I'm going to leave that first section down, and I'm going here and grab my other guy. And I'm only going to be combing that area, the new area, not the last area, because I don't want to push it too far, too far up, and then I'll get a shorter situation. And you want to create tension. Almost everything that we do in the salon it requires tension. See how that is? See how that bob is coming along? So I'm going to, that was the third section, right? So here's the fourth section. And I'm going to take that fourth section and grab the third section. I'm going to leave the 1 and the 2 down there. And I am going to marry the section. I'm going to pull it out 45-degree angle with some tension. I'm gonna let that drop because I can't keep all that in my hand. I want this to be precise. So I am holding it out at a 45-degree angle. Check my my guide up under there. And I'm a 1, 2, 3. Hair cutting is a rhythm. Pull that very straight. Check my line. Down. Grab this section over here. And I'm going to do this until I run out of hair. I'm going to cut that in half. I'm going to do the same thing throughout the whole haircut. And I'm going to be holding it with tension as much as I can with my 2 fingers right here. And I'm squeezing as hard as I can because I want that hair I want precision. I'm not doing anything with texture. So this year I'm coming up, you guys, I'm going to step up my game and do a little bit more education. And this is more, like I said, it's more the chin bob. This is more your 90s. 2023 is going to be a conjunction of the the 90s and the 70s. That's what's predicted from the runways, the designers, fashion and hair marries. If you guys don't know, I always say hair is fabric and style is fashion, and that is so true. So now I can see that last section, 1, 2, 3. I always say 1, 2, 3. I do. It's like I say, hair cutting is a rhythm. I don't know if anyone out there knows I used to dance. I used to be a dancer, so counting 5, 6, 7, 8. I feel like that's good hair cutting too. So that section is done, right? And see how it's gonna fall more longer towards the front. So I'm loving that. Y'all can check my section, see it's supposed to be. That is the way it's supposed to fall. If you're supposed to check the opposite direction of the way you're cutting. So I'm cutting horizontal, I'll check vertical. And that should be a nice, it's a little bit off right there, just a tad bit. Okay, so we're gonna do that on the other side. And I'm gonna blow dry this little number out too for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to make a parting, a kind of diagonal forward section. And so I'm going to try to make sure that I'm trying to make sure that I make sense with the balance. So where did that hit? That hits about about 2 inches up under her chin. And so I'm going to attempt to do that on the other side. 2 inches up under the ear and the chin. Or well, it's 2 inches up under the ear, must I say? Let's see here. About 2.5 inches under the ear. Okay. So again, I'm going to take my comb and I'm going to use that. But again, you want to marry the parting. If the parting is at a slant, your hair should be at a slant. And this is more of an A-line bob. So we're kind of going to come down here. I'm going to make sure that I don't have any tension by the ear, because the ear is the problematic area. We always sometimes I know back in the day I used to cut it and then it would be a little bit shorter because I had too much tension in that area, and then I created that thing that just popped out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going here and I'm going to bring it down a little bit, and if it's too short, too long, I can adjust. But I think I got it just at a good angle. I probably went a little bit, probably. think that's pretty good because it was 2 inches up under the ear. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that I create some weight. And that's how you create weight with your water, with your H2O. And I'm going to take an inch parting, and this is my second section that I'm going to marry into my first section. I'm going to pick up my seconds. I'm going to grab the first section and the second section together, and so forth. Oop, my bad. So I'm going to bring this out at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to check and see where my guide is. Bring my hand down a little bit, and I'm going to cut 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Check. Sure she's bobbing. And then again, like I say, I'm going to always see if I'm on cue, and I'm going to check and see my balance. So that I don't have to be doing all that, afterwards. So I'm going to, this is my third section. And I'm going to pick up my second section with my third section. I'm going to leave my 1 down there. And I'm going to come out at 45 degrees. And I'm going to cut 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to pull back out. And I'm going to make sure that is pulled very tight. 1, 2, 3. Check it. She's bobbing. Okay. Oops. Another inch section. I'm gonna grab the last section, leave the other. That was 1, 2. This is the fourth section. I'm grabbing the fourth and the third together. I'm gonna pull that out to a 45-degree angle, and I'm gonna cut 1, 2, 3. Adjust, pull out again, and 1, 2, 3. Grab my next. 1, 2, 3. Now it seemed that I kind of got that one off, so sing that. So, see that bob? See how she's beveling up under there? I'm going to do the fifth. I think it's going to be 5 sections, 6 sections. So take the 5, marry it into the 4, come out at 45, 1, 2, 3, adjust, 1, 2, 3, check, see how it's laying. And your 6th section, that's my last section. And then we go to the back. And then we'll blow dry and see what this number looks like. And a haircut is not done, a haircut is only 85% done while wet. And I say that to say is that, in the salon, the client thinks you keep cutting their hair, you think you're cutting their hair off at the end, when it's dry, but you're going back in there to personalize it and make it, customize it to that person's lifestyle, to their head shape, and so forth. Okay, so I'm going to come out, My last section is the 6th section. And I'm thinking this section right here, because I cut some, let me make sure. I cut some layers in here. Another haircut. So it's probably, yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to come out at 45 degrees. It's not too much because it was a layer in here from my last haircut. She's bobbing. So the front part is just about done. And that side's a little bit shorter on this side, and I could go back in and adjust that, but I don't think I am, because you can't have asymmetrical bobs. I wasn't trying to do an asymmetrical bob, so I guess I am going to go back in on the other side and adjust, because I am kind of a little anal about things. That's what I need to stop doing. Always being a little angry. So it's about a half an inch, a little bit shorter on this side. So I'm gonna go back over here because I want to be a little. So I'm gonna do that quick. So you guys, what are y'all plans on as far as your looks for this year coming up? Are you cutting it off? Are you staying the same? Talk to me. I'm gonna do some tours. This year was supposed to be my tour year. I'm gonna do some tours because I have clients in different states. This year I am really gonna commit to getting to some of the places where my old clients are, and build clientele here, there, and everywhere. So, if you are in an area and you are not liking your flow of your hair, baby, let me know, because I will be there. I am going to commit this year to elevating on a whole nother level. I'm not a one-dimensional hairstylist. Okay, so this is where I have to start marrying. Grab this out. Do this really fast. Yeah. Bobbing. Bobby? Just gonna call her Bobby, because she gonna be bobbing. Okay, so I'm gonna go 45 degree angle here. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Trying to go a little bit fast now because I did make that. I had to make an adjustment. I have to be mindful of tension, because I know that sometimes I'll get in my old ways and not really being mindful of that elevation. What y'all thinking out there? Are y'all digging the bob? You know, the bob never going to go anywhere. Actually, bob is going to always come in different variations, whether it's textured or asymmetrical. The bob is going to always come back it's like what is it like? The returning of the dead. This is never going anywhere. It's gonna always be here with us. Bob's been here since the 30s, 40s. When did Bob's come in? I can make sure I have that good history. Uh-oh. Okay, so that's my last section. I'm going here and I'm gonna grab this. I was on Facebook Live today, and I was doing a pixie, and I was talking about how, you know, this era here today, they sign up for doing one thing. I have never, you know, been the stylist to do one thing. It's like, that's boring. I don't think I could do that all day. It would make me go crazy. Okay, so we're going to the back here. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to make sure I saturate this section. Whoa. Okay. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to part it to the first section right here. And I am going to part that off, right? And for me to get my back section, actually I'll part a little bit more, just a tad bit more. And I'm a diagonal down here. And make sure your hair is saturated when you cut and stylist. So you don't cut into. And so this is where it's gonna go around here. So I'm gonna go back in with my comb, make sure that I'm tapping. Making sure I got my hair in my comb. And I'm gonna make my cut. Bring that out, just like I did the other sections. And I'm going to keep that tension in there. Or should I come right out from that section? just going to ride off that section. We're just going to grab that other section from that and leave that over there. Uh-oh. And because I want you guys to see, I'm standing out the way. But in the salon, I would have been like more in front of each section to make sure I am doing at the right angle. Uh-oh. And I'm going to go back in here after I get through because, like I said before, your haircut is only 85% done when it's wet. The rest of it, you have to go back in there when it's dry. I'm going to move that out the way. And I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other side. So I'm going to grab the first section. I'm going to part that out the way. I'm going to go diagonal back sections. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do a diagonal back over here so that I can have some type of balance. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to tap, make sure my comb is in there. I'm going to create my line. This is where forward and check that area. So I'm going to come down here. I'm not going to use my comb. I'm not going to use my hands. I'm going to use my comb. And I'm going to cut through here. And sometimes I'll cut a little bit longer so that I can adjust. That's what I kind of did on this side. But to be frank, we're married. Do the same thing on this side as I did the other side. Bring that section down. And I'm just going to ride off that's the other section. Grab a little bit of that section. Next to the last section. Pull it straight out. Finish your last section. The last section should be a walk in the park. Put that down right here. Okay, so now I'm going to blow dry it to see what I have. And when you blow drying, you always want to get at least 85% of the water out of your hair before you start roller brushing. So what I'm doing is I'm wrapping her hair like you would wrap your hair at home before when you're trying to keep your style. What I'm doing is wrapping her hair so it'll cuff under, so it can just bevel under. And I learned this from Vidal Sassoon. I take the classes that I take because I take the classes that I want to take because I like to go to the source of who started what they started, you know? Hold on, I don't want to pop over the blow dryer. So I'm going to wrap the section, wrapping it as if I'm wrapping her hair. What that does is it allows the hair to bevel under. And with a haircut like this, you can style your own hair. You don't need to haircuts should be where you can go home and recreate things yourself. You shouldn't have to go to the salon every week. That was the purpose of Vidal Sassoon creating the cutting system. It's to where you don't have to go to the salon every week. And going to a coming to the salon, you didn't have to come to the salon for what I would say a haircut like this, about 8 weeks. You could create this on your own, unless you want some special style. But for the most, you can create this thing on your own. Like you can blow dry your hair and flat iron it and style it yourself instead of having to go to the salon. I want to bring back, haircuts and color and stuff that's gonna make you you're not gonna have to go and do it to, always go to the salon. See that rose gold hair? I'm going to show you guys what I did. I'm going to show you guys what my other mannequin, what I did too. I'm just showing you guys what the prediction of next year is. See that nice? I'm not finished. A haircut should be able to, you know, you should be able to go in the environment and you know, I'm gonna get all this out because that's too much weight. Okay. So. This is the part I was telling you guys about it not being finished. Like if I wanted to go in there, I needed to go in there and do like taking out some weight so that she can definitely have her hairstyle in any type of way. But if you notice, like she basically can wear her hair in, you can wear it this way, a little far apart, you know. She could go up behind her ear, but at the end of the day, she can wear a part in the middle. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust it. But I'm just showing you how she can, look at that, ain't that rocking? She can really like, I mean, you can rock this bob. This is what is going to be going on, you guys, for the 23. It's rose gold. And actually, I'm going to tell you guys what I used. I did not even put any hair color in her hair. I used a conditioner. This conditioner right here is called Cara Color. A color conditioner is rose gold, and actually I used it on a few of my girls, like her. This is my my cut that I'm going to be doing this year. I'm going to definitely bring it forward. Instead of doing that regular sideburn that everybody does, is the sideburn that's right there, I want it to be a little bit over the ear. If you see anybody out here doing that, it's going to be me. But the back is going to be very, very short in this area. I don't want the wispies on the neckline. I do want it to be like a lot tapered in this area and just have the more puppy bang. I call it more of a puppy bang. But it's rose gold, and I'm telling you guys, this hair was blonde before I put the conditioner on there. This is a conditioner, and I'm going to be selling this in the salon when my clients come, because this is a way that they can keep their hair color refreshed while they're in between coming to the salon. Okay. Ginger is gonna be, ginger's the color this year. It's been a popping color for a long time. I mean, you know, we get into the trends, but ginger is gonna always, copper, I always call it copper, but now they got it ginger. The baby bang is back, y'all. I mean, I know some people, it's not for everybody, but some girls can rock it if you wearing the right, you know, got the right wardrobe. I'm digging the look. I was going a little different. I wanted to be different, and she's gonna be that girl that's high fashion and can wear, you know, those high fashion, off the wall haircuts. I mean, not haircuts, but off the wall, like shoes and that thing they got going on right now with the clunky, chunky shoes and stuff of that nature. I can see someone wearing that with this. And of course, you know, that nice fade. But let me get back to her, because I see a little bit of weight. And I want to take it out and show you guys how I do that. You want to know, and we have to know our whys and why we do what we do. Okay, it's kind of a little imbalanced. It's not as balanced as I need it to be. So, going here. Actually, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to bring everything back, because that can give me a visual of what it's supposed to look like. Because I do not like when the bob falls long in the back, because that is not, well, it could be a look, but that wasn't the look I was going for. Okay? Let me see here. Just adjust some things. Okay. So that right here, I can see where I kind of got off course. As you guys know, I love what I do. I'm not in the game just to be for the money. Of course, we all want to be for the, you know, we always want to get, that's the award, the reward of it all. But I really like to make people feel good. I really love for women to leave the salon and they're just geeked. So sometimes I have to step back and see my product, and I see some this to stay here because I want to be able to get this right. Sometimes I do a little cheating. I always call the clipper a cheater. That's what everybody's doing today. Doing the clipper. And I'm not a big fan of the clipper because I feel like that's not a true cutter, to be frank honest. Because anybody can grab a clipper and make a line. A real artist grab grab the shear. I'm not discrediting anyone, but just talk about where I come from as far as an artist. Uh-oh. Starting to see it come together. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Y'all still out there? I'm learning now today. Reason why I haven't been on social media, because, it kind of have that thing where, I'll speak for self. If I don't have enough audience, I'll give up and I'll be like, man, ain't nobody out there even watching me. And I have a really good friend that has a podcast, and she was like, you gotta keep going and be consistent, regardless if anyone is watching or not. If this is what you want to do, you gotta basically stay on it. You gotta be consistent. So today I've been like, I'm not going to be answering my phone. I'm going to be paying attention and trying to create my content. No distractions. This year I'm going to totally be focused. I'm not gonna go off course. And if I come off shady, I'm sorry. I got to get this, what they call it, I gotta get this bag. That's what they all say. Look at this bag. Okay, you guys. I think I'm not gonna obsess too much. I think she's in there a little bit more. See? Again, like I said, you know, your haircut is only 85% done while wax. Why do you go back in? You go back in to personalize and to customize the haircut to make it suitable for the client. I'm gonna take a little bit of the tip off here, and I'm just gonna point cut just a little bit so it won't be so weighty. And I'm not gonna take off a lot of weight. I'm just gonna do an inch. Just a little texture, a little way off. Soften just a little bit of that. Hey, hairstylists, do y'all ever watch you guys like in video and be like, and notice that your your mouth was doing this jumpy thing or doing this weird thing? I was watching myself in a video and I was like, oh my god, I gotta start having some type of moisturizer on my lips. I believe that is the worst. Is to have chap lips. Okay, I'm just about done, you guys. I know you guys are in bed and doing your guys' thing. I don't want to keep you guys. Okay. So say for instance if she just had it behind her ear and wanted to have a heavy side. The far part is in this year too. The far part is back. The middle part ain't never went nowhere, and they had the nerve to say that the middle part is back. I said, where did it go? These girls didn't want the middle part. That's all they say. Like, as soon as they sit down, yeah, I want a middle part. You done broke off your hair from a middle part, honey. And there she will be. Y'all give me some input on what you think. Of course, I could have took out a lot of weight, but I'm thinking she's in there. I'm thinking she's on trend. I could have did some waves. You know, I'm always loving the beach waves. But anyway, you guys give me some feedback. Tell me what you guys think. And I will be back with more trends and more predictions. See you guys later.